Let's get building.
Hello there, welcome to JonnyBuildz. I'm your host, of course, Johnny, and let's get building indeed. We have a really cool thing to build. I have never had a Lego train before. I like trains. Trains are really cool, and I had opportunities in the past, but I just never ever had a Lego train, and I got one. It's to help with my display. It's going to be going around the display and actually through the display. It actually goes through the yellow castle. But I got this on Marketplace, just on a whim, saw it, very, very good price for it. The whole thing is there pretty much. And so I was like, yes, definitely going to do that. So hi, Bev. Good to see you as always. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you had a great vacation. I know you guys were up in Connecticut, I think, for 2 weeks. I hope you had a lot of fun seeing family and things. I saw some of the pictures on Instagram, really cool. But I hope you guys had a great time. Before we get started on the building, though, I'm going to move that aside a little bit. This is the Pittsburgh. This is what I affectionately call the Pittsburgh building block house. And if you ignore the Lego aspect of it with all like the studs and everything like that, you can see what the architect was going for. It's, a yellow building block, a red building block. There are two somewhat separate blue building blocks, the garages that are here in the back. And the red one kind of has a lean to it, and then there's brown. It really is kind of like a weird grayish brown color. That is what this is. Hey, good to see you, Missy. How you doing? But there it is. There's our building block house. There's actually a bit more to it down here. It goes further down into the kind of the hillside, the mountainside. And then this is like a deck that kind of juts out. In fact, one of the pictures is from that we were working with last week, is kind of from underneath looking up at it. But I wanted to get this done. I'm going to revamp it at some point, make it a little bit better, a little bit more to scale. This is actually, saw some pictures from the architect's website, the guy that designed this thing. Thanks. I appreciate that. Saw some pictures from the architect's website. And actually a couple pictures of the interior. The interior is nuts. In fact, I saw a picture, I think it was a bathroom that was in this section. And the way it leaned and like the angles that were to it were really, really interesting. But it is only 2 stories. This whole thing is actually only 2 stories. So the windows are actually a little bit longer than they should be. They should only be like maybe a stud and a plate size, which is really hard to do window-wise. So I'll have to play around with it and figure out a better way to do it. But other than that, I like how it turned out. This will work for now. And it's going to go kind of, so my display, if it's laid out here, like on the table, it's going to be out, it's in the back. It's so colorful and big enough that like, you'll be able to see it pretty easily. So, but anyway, so we're going to move this off to the side and we're going to focus on this. This is the train. This is set 7720. And this, it's actually built to the first way that the train can be built. This is like the diesel locomotive style. Now, cool looking, but I've never been a fan of the way this kind of style is for trains. So the nice thing about this, let me bring up the instructions. The nice thing about this particular set, and a lot of sets from the 80s, is they gave you the instructions. And this is actually kind of a cool little show of like what you could do with it. And if you look at the train track, the way it was designed, it was designed a lot like the old I guess it's HO track, where you had a middle thing. Now these ones don't. These ones are just the normal one. And I actually have some switch tracks, which is really cool. This guy had a lot of track, which I like. But this was like an example of what you could build with it and stuff. And this is the first, this is what we have currently here. I'm not a fan, like I said, of like the diesel locomotive style. So we're going to come down, and now we have all these cars. And this black here that you see was how they did like a little platform so that they could load the train. Well, we're going to change that and use the black. Actually, we have to take this apart and change it to the steam locomotive. That's what this is, a steam locomotive. So we got to get the black pieces out of here that go to it. This is one of the train cars. Move that off to the side. This one actually isn't in this set, so I'm not sure where it came from, but it's cool that I have it. And this is the one that's kind of the back. We'll fix this one up, but this is like the caboose that was for the original. You can see they all they connect by magnets over here. But we need to get all the black pieces out of here. This is nice too because this allows us to have cars go over top, like in a town display. And then actually we have things like this that allow you to have the gates go up and down. But we'll get to that later. Right now, we need to get these pieces out. These specifically. And I'm not seeing what happened to all the black pieces. Oh, you know what? I wonder if some of the black pieces were used in this. I bet you they were. That's why we have this. Maybe? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think so. So whatever they made, or however they made it. Now this is like a trolley thing. I think all those pieces I need, so I'm gonna have to take that apart too. Maybe? I don't know. Or I'm gonna have to look through some of the black pieces I have and get them out. Because this should be, I should have more. Oh, there's more. So there's more of those. Now this is special. I think I showed this a couple weeks ago, but these are the rubbers that go on the wheels for the engine. If you don't have these, the engine, the wheels, because it's plastic, goes against the other plastic and it cannot grip, and that means it's not going to move. Even with the weight of this, it'll slip. So the rubbers are very important because you need to put those on the wheels so that it'll grip better. Problem is the ones that were on there were all old and falling apart, so I had to use these, or I had to buy these, and I actually got them from England. So they came quite a distance in order to be here, which is good. I mean, what are you gonna do? Yeah, we got some other train parts, some random train parts here, so we're gonna get all the parts out and then move the box out of the way. And as you can see, I have a lot of the sections to put the track together. So I already have the track on my display. So I don't need any of this stuff, but we're gonna use some of it whenever we get the train done, so we can see how it moves and everything like that. Move that out of the way for now. And let's take this guy apart. This, by the way, is the battery box. There we go. You can see how the batteries go in, and like 1, 2, 3. And you can actually put them in almost any way you want, as long as these two are the same. It just goes backwards. So if you have them reversed the wrong way, it just goes the opposite direction of what you think it will based on this. Kind of funny. So, all right, let's take this guy apart. And the funny thing is, so we can build other trains. Ooh, we got to be careful here. We can build other trains with this once we, or cars or whatever, once we get this apart. Now this is interesting. Notice that? This is a Lego brick, but you see the little notch in there? Lego used to alter their pieces to work with electronics. So that's a special piece with a notch. Kind of interesting. I'm gonna be careful because I do have these. Ooh, that is all together. That's interesting. All right, so I got to be careful with that because the stickers are on there, and I don't want those to come apart. See, and there's the set number, 7720. Be very careful with this. There you go. Nice. Came out. All right. Okay, that's exactly as it should be. All right. So, well, I guess we're starting over. Now it looks like, now that's interesting. We have, it tells you right there, that little red little notch in the middle. It tells you what it is, like how powerful it is. Now we're supposed to put this on here. Oh, I see. These actually pop out. These are like little Technic pin pieces. There we go. That's how they do it. That's interesting. All right, so now we're exactly as we should be. The big hole that's here goes this way. Okay, so that's important, I guess. Okay, there we go. Done. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to take that apart. Maybe. We'll see. Or I do have other. I actually have a big box of black pieces, so maybe we can just use that. I'd rather not take this apart because it looks really nice. There's a lot of block pieces in there, so we'll see. When that gets covered up, we're gonna put this over here. Interesting on the instructions, you see how there's that little, in the middle, there's that little gray little thing that sticks out. They don't have that in the instructions, probably just because of laziness. But so how's everyone tonight? What'd you have for dinner? It is Tuesday, and so I did have a little bit of Mexican, I guess. I had one of my favorites, which is chorizo, queso fundido, very delicious. Which is just a fancy way of saying happy cheese or fun cheese, which I think is hilarious. But hey, melted cheese, sorry. Fundido is melted. Okay. I just saw the... There's something I just had over here that I thought I had. Oh, there they are. They're on here. They're on these. Like I know I saw those. Leftover spaghetti. You know what? Leftovers, especially like spaghetti, is like one of those easy things that you can like make, and like it can taste good. Especially if you like do like bake it or something like that. That can be tasty. So there are some really, really, really cool features in this train that I did not realize until I got it. That have to do with the track and the way that the track functions. And we'll get to those after we get this done so we can play around with them and see how they all work and everything. But I'm gonna build this first. But they are really cool. Let me get black. Actually, I think we'll go there. You forgot to say something. Hey, that's all right, you know? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And I'm gonna need, I'm gonna need some. Those are, Those are gray inclined pieces, which I do have a whole thing of inclined pieces going on. I'm here, don't worry. Looking for the pieces. Ooh, there we go. Looking for pieces. Yeah, queso fundido is delicious, and I missed having it, so I'm glad that we got it. Looking for one more 1x6. So Bev, now that Brick Rodeo is done, is there anything you guys are planning to do in the coming months? There we go. Any other displays? I know that's your really big one. I was wondering if you guys had any more. I gotta go over here and get my inclined pieces. My angled pieces. These are dark gray, which might work still. Still gonna look for the light gray, but and for ocean scene. Okay, so if we can ask, what is your plan for like this dual display that you're doing? Like, it doesn't have, you don't have to be very specific, but like, what's like the general theme or idea? Come on, I know I have one of these. Nope. You say there it is, but it was the wrong way. I can use 2 of those, but I'd rather have a... Oh, nope. A gnome village. Oh, that's cool. A gnome village. So are they going to be like of the garden gnome variety, or just like your own custom design? All right, that's cool. I will say this, something of that scale, the size, I bet you like the mushrooms that came out recently, I bet you those would go really good. Triavor, how you doing? In Itasca, Illinois? What's at the hobby store? What did you get? Anything good? We're building a train, so I'm looking for pieces right now. Well, these will work. Here. Denny's. I haven't been to a Denny's in quite a while. Whoops, that will not work. Well, it's going to get covered over anyway, so. From Lego to Brio. I don't know what Brio is. I know I've heard of it. I can't remember what it is. All right, let's get some of these because we're going to need them. And we got a couple 2x1s. You're an evil villain. Oh, evil alien. Sorry. Evil Alien P5G. Well, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you being here, Evil Alien. I will not tell anyone that you are evil, nor that you are an alien, so we'll keep it between us. Is that all right? I gotta get more pieces. Sorry. I thought it had everything I needed, but to do this other train and not mess up the one car over here, I have to get some of my own. All right, I got plenty. Where did you come from? Evil alien. Rio makes wooden. Oh, okay, cool. All right, wooden train toys. That's all right. I like it. Cool set, which is polished Lego and tomato. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. Nice. We take this and put it over top. And then we have a 6x1. There it is. So we have that. And then we do, where is it? These things. I think that's what we need. Is that like one-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater? Is that what you're going for there? Right, so this we take off actually, these things, and then we put on. And so that doesn't move, which is fine. That's the way it's supposed to be. Oh, see, now this is where it gets interesting because we have these stickers on here, and I have to remove this because we're supposed to use both of these unless I have red ones. Unless I have red ones in my 1x1 bucket, which I should, but we'll see. But I don't want to take those stickers apart if I don't have to. Thank you. It is done, at least for this iteration of it. It came out pretty darn good, I think. The scaling is a little bit off, especially after I saw some different pictures from the architect, the guy that designed it, from his website. He actually had some pictures of it that they did, and so I got to see the inside a little bit. And I actually sent him an email just to say, hey, you know, I designed your house. I'd like some info on it if you have any. Hey, you are? How you doing tonight? Good to see you. Huh? There is? Oh, okay. Who is it? Oh. Yeah. So Verizon just stopped by our house to offer us Verizon Fios, which we already have. Yes, we have it. We got it a couple weeks ago. That's kind of funny. It's like, it's pretty late. I mean, it's like almost 8:30. It's like, hey Brett, how you doing? Falling Water is your favorite? Oh, Falling Water is really, really cool set. They did a good job with that. That's really bizarre that, like... Nope. Yeah. That's really odd that Verizon... Especially, like I said, it's like dark out now. So, that's kind of funny. Right. Yeah, I keep getting things in the mail too of from Verizon, which is funny because it's like I already have your service, you know. You don't have to keep telling me that. I'm happy with it. It's good. Yep. So, yeah, Falling Water looks good. I like some of the architecture sets that they've come out with. They came out with the London Bridge several years ago, and they're doing it again. And I've looked at the pictures for both, and comparing them, they look pretty much exactly the same. I don't see any real new techniques or anything. So I'm curious. I'm wondering why they came out with it again, unless it's just so people can, you know, that didn't get a chance to get it can get it. So yeah.
Like you have been waiting for it, so as soon as we were able to get files, we were like, yeah, I'm getting it. So like the rest of our neighbors are like, we're still on top of it, so they're walking around. Like,
well, they would be, yeah. They're because Verizon doesn't do it apparently, because the guy that installed our Fios said that Verizon just stinks when it comes to like advertising properly. Like they didn't let people know, like when they got it into, you know, further down the street last year. So oh well. All right, so whoops, I put this on and I'm not supposed to yet. Let's put these on. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, a fun way to show off your sig figs. All right, let's continue building this. Let's make our steam locomotive. Well, that's really interesting. It uses, so it's supposed to have 3 1x6s on here, which is funny. It's like, why would you do that? So, all right, let's go here. We're supposed to have a steering wheel. I do not, unless it's in here. Nope. Oh, it's for, you know what didn't come with this? The little dude. The little backhoe guy or whatever. He did not come with this set, unfortunately. Which is okay. I have steering wheels, so. Just the question is, do I have the right one? What did you all have for dinner, by the way? Add queso fundido. Amazing, as always. It was chorizo queso fundido. So there's could be one more. And I'm out of black on my 60s, so at least from that. I'll have to look in here. There we go. Alright, so the smokestack is 2 of these and goes here. We are supposed to put, okay, so this thing is supposed to go, shows it upside down like that. I don't know how, oh, I guess it just goes in there, okay. There we go, so we got that. Tacos! Oh, see? Taco Tuesday. You had tacos. Very good. Awesome. And I'm showing everyone this. This is a Lego piece. And you can see it has the little notch in there. It was actually with the diesel version of the locomotive where it has a notch for the cord to go through. So Lego actually made pieces to do that back in the day. I don't know why they don't still, but oh well. All right. Steal the windows. Now here's the funny thing. So Verizon stopped by even though we already have Verizon, which they should have some kind of a list or something. It's like, hey, these people already have it. Now it'll be interesting to see if in like another week's time or something like that, if they come back again, they're like, hey, would you like Verizon? Be like, well, this will be like the 3rd time. Mm-hmm. All right, let's find the steering wheel, of which I have a couple. Aha! There we go. Perfect. Yellow steering wheel. I lost it. There we go. Yellow steering wheel. Alright. The yellow steering wheel goes in the front. Alright, we got some yellow flat pieces. And 2 more of those. All right, we got 1 yellow piece. I'll have to get a couple others from my current thing that I'm playing with, and the hall where I've been making all the other things from. So unfortunately, it looks the little vehicle that the guy drives to load the train did not come in this set, and he has all the yellow pieces. So I just have to use mine, which is fine. Oops. There we go. Now we need one of these. Neighbor was behind on cable. The Spectrum idiots came to my. Oh no! That's ridiculous. It's like leave me alone. That's annoying. Like to have them come to the wrong house, not only once but twice. That's awful. And like, hopefully they didn't harass you or anything. But like that's kind of just silly. Let's see. All right, so we need this. And those. This would be our little cow catcher thing on the front. All right, now I need a top for that. I know I have those over here. Again, sorry, I didn't realize I was missing that many pieces. So. Okay, there's that. What else do we need? All right. Okay, the back is going to need one of those things as well. So that we can attach our two cars. And a few more pieces. There's one. There we go. All right. Now we have all the pieces. Ooh, that one's a bad one. That one got crunched, it looks like. That one's a bad piece. I need one more. Why did that get put over there? That one goes with everything. All right. Sometimes I do things without thinking. Story of my life. Right? Right? I'm admitting wrong here, so be kind. So we put these on, and then we're going to put the roof on, which will take these things. And here is our steam locomotive. There we go. Looks pretty cool. Alright. So the way this works is this is the front. It's got the holes. So you plug these in. And then the wire kind of gets into here, and the trains connect. So we got them connected. Now, in order to make this guy work, we got to get some of the rubbers out. We got to put them on the wheels that are on the engine here. So let's disconnect this again. And these are fresh rubbers, fresh. They weren't expensive, but they still had to come from England. So. They are in good shape. Oh, look at that. Fits right on. 4 total. I made sure, so the guy had, I forget how many, so this guy had 12. Let's see. 3, 4, 1, 2. Yep, he had 12, and I was like, I want them all, just so I had them. So, and he was the only person on Bricklink in the world that had these. Only person. And I was like, yeah, if they're that difficult to find, then I'm going to get them all. So. Did not want to go on. There we go. So this will allow the train to grip and move on the plastic rails much better. Right. So let's do that. Let's get some plastic rails. There we go. Interconnected. All right. Let's move these pieces out of the way. We can build another train car later. I just don't want to ruin those stickers that are on there. Let's move these other pieces out of the way too. And let's make some rail. Okay. These are neat because of how you just build them. You know, they just go together. So let's do a couple straight and like 1 or 2 curve. Right. Now the curves are interesting because you have an outer curve piece and an inner curve piece. You need one of each because the inner curve piece is going to be smaller. Yeah. So got 1 of each, or 2 of each actually. And like I said, this guy that I got this from had a ton of extra track. Like, the original was just a circle. And then we have some other things to play with in there. So let's build our track for this thing. The nice thing is, too, with this is you can have it on Lego plates. The curves are a little bit tricky, like, because when you build it, like, these things are going to follow the curve. So they will be angled. So in order to get these to go well... Huh, that one's not gripping. Oh, there we go. In order for these to work well, you have to kind of prop these up and find a stud. So, like, all of these pretty much have to be up on a plate, like a, you know, 2 by whatever or 1 by whatever plate. That's how I have my, how I have them on my, my display. All right, so we got that. I'm gonna make it a little bit longer. That way the train has some room to move. And we'll give, let's do this. Ooh, actually, you know what I want to do? Hold on. Let's do this. I forgot this thing right here. So this is our, you know, where a road plate would come up to it. We're going to put this here. That we can kind of play around with all the different possibilities. Now this train also has a unique feature that I do not think, other stuff does, other trains do. And that is the switch that's on the side of the battery car. So this switch that's right here allows you to go forwards or backwards, or vice versa. That might be forwards, that might be backwards, depending on how we put the batteries in. So, kind of a neat thing. And actually, again, looking at the instructions, it incorporates that so that, like, for instance, like the diesel train we took apart, it kind of is built and designed in such a way that, like, it's supposed to look like it's going forwards or backwards no matter which way it's facing. It's you know, it's essentially a palindrome. It's forwards and backwards, it looks the same. So what they do is they design the track specifically, and let's see if I can find a picture of it. There's a trolley. So they show it here. It goes one way and it hits this little thing. Where's our little stand? We have this too. There's a little stand somewhere that it's supposed to hit. I must have taken it out. But anyway, that little stand, it is somewhere, and I'm not sure where I put it. But that little stand that you see up here in the top corner, my mouse circling over it, makes it so, like, it purposely hits this thing and makes it so that it switches and goes the other direction. And then this thing is supposed to be hit by these little parts that hang down from the different cars. They have these little things that poke down that are supposed to hit as it gets closer, and that makes this thing, and it's a little bit, because it's old, it's a little bit finicky. There we go. It's supposed to go down and then up. So depending on what the train's doing, it goes down and up. So it just pushes down a little bit on this thing to make it go one way or the other. So. It's supposed to fit, I guess, in between. It won't fit like that. Probably needs to fit in one of these. Like right in the middle. We'll see. I haven't done this yet, so I've just seen the instructions and what they say. So. We're also supposed to have these things. Oh, I see what's supposed to happen. Okay. So these face the same way. And it's only, okay, I see. So if we go... So if we have this up and the train comes past, I think these things are supposed, the little cow catcher thing is supposed to hit these and make them go down so that it goes past. There's no way those would, where they sit, there's no way that they would reach. I don't think there's anything extra that we added to it, or are supposed to add to it. No, that's exactly how it should be. Yeah, a little bit difficult to see. I guess I could zoom in. There we go, that's better. Okay, now we can see. So... somehow that's supposed to make them go down as it moves across. Like it pulls them or something. I don't see how. This thing for sure. If we have it in the middle. And actually, I want to do that. Let's. Hello. So we want to do the middle of this one. There we go. All right. Let's put this here. There we go. All right. So we have that there. We'll play with that later. Let's just get this part working. Actually, I'm gonna need, it's already long enough that I need more room, so that's okay. This is all experimentation, right? So let's switch. Okay, there we go. And now I'm actually going to do, I need to do one more length, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and I've never done this before, so this is a learning experience. It shouldn't be going too fast, though. Well, we'll find out. All right, let's put our train on. All right, the locomotive is there. That's there. All right. Let's move this stuff out of the way. There we go. All right, there's our train. Choo-choo. All right. Take this off. And our batteries, it's really kind of hard to figure out. But plus, I think they want it that way. This way. Wait, I hear a... Now, if it's springy, it should be the other way. Springy should be that way. And this one should be that way. All right. I guess we'll find out. Whoop, whoop. All right, so it works. Let's back it up. Whoop. All right, so that doesn't do a thing. Doesn't hit that at all. So the question is, how do we make that? Let's do it. All right. Maybe there needs to be a spring to it or something. And it's supposed to just come back on its own. But it's not pushing down on it. Maybe I have it backwards. You know what? I'm going to go by the picture. Wait, let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's supposed to lean one way or the other. It doesn't seem to... There we go. Now it's leaning. Let's see. That way. Ah! Well, it does work. Does work. Maybe I do have it. Maybe I had it the right way, because it looks like it wants to work All right, that's a little bit looser now. It travels pretty good though. But this doesn't seem to be working how I was hoping it would. But that's all right. It's still a cool little. That is what's supposed to happen though. The little pole that hangs down is supposed to hit that and make it move. This one's backwards. So the design is like that, but the actual function is not, which is okay. All right, let's add another car and see how heavy this gets. There we go. See if it slows this thing down. It is fast. Yeah, I agree. It is faster than I thought it would be too. So now we're adding another car. And actually, I'm going to add this as well, so we have more length, more distance to go. Oh, wait a minute. What time is it? 8:57. So we are almost, our clock is almost right. Again, finally. I got a, hold on. There's a couple. Oh, that shouldn't affect it. Oh, that one would. Hold on. There's a 2x2 under here from something. And that could potentially mess up the balance. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. So we've added a third car. Let's see how fast it is now. Oh, what's stopping it? Oh, you know what? This thing is stopping it because it won't move. So this thing looks like... Hold on. Ah! Ooh. It sort of worked. Oh, I can't go down now because it's in the way. So it's... Whoops. I accidentally hit my microphone. Sorry. It sort of wants to work. But this thing just, it's not all it could be, I guess. It's still moving pretty good. What time does it actually say? I mean, it's 3 minutes off. It's going to keep getting closer and closer. So, all right, let's take this thing out because it's just not functioning right. And then we're going to build, so we have the caboose thing over here. That's one of the first things you build. There's the little guy, and unfortunately, like it just didn't come with the things. We have this little caboose here. Whoops. So the caboose here. Does it say 9 o'clock? No. It only chimes for the end, like whenever it gets to the hour. So it doesn't actually say 9 o'clock or whatever. So get some doors. And then we'll add our fourth. So this will be like the caboose. We'll add our fourth part to it, and we'll see how it goes. You know? This will be nice. This will be good to go around my display, though. It's nice and just kind of moseys along, so it'll be good. What do I need? There's a back window. Ah, okay, this. So it was already partially done, and I do like these windows. They have like a little line through them. Kind of neat. And again, that's the set number, 7720. And I have the little front window, and then I need a couple of ones. Now the curves are really big. Like they cover up actually three high base plates. It's kind of nuts just how large they are. See, this thing was taken apart too whenever you do the steam locomotive like I did. Oh wait, no, this is the one I'm doing now. Okay. Little box car, or little four car, I guess. Okay, it needs a gray. I do not have that, I know for sure. I'll use this one. I'll make a little red roof. How about that? Doesn't have to be exact. But Lego's all about being flexible, right? Let's open the doors. There we go. What? Get in there. There we go. Okay. Got our little ore car. And then I need a red roof. And it's just a small little thing, so. Red. 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 If you can't tell, I have a lot of the right red. Alright. Let's do... Alright, so now our train is going to be 4 cars. Let's move it. That's nice to be able to do. Alright, there we go. So let's back it up. Whoop, that's forwards. It's still, so every single car I've added, I know it's not a lot of weight. Every single one I've added, it has increased. It probably weighs about twice as much as when it started. I mean, the batteries had a lot, but it still goes the same speed, it looks like.
No. 8 o'clock.
What? No, it's 9 o'clock. Oh, that's an hour off. Yeah, yeah.
That's what I kept asking.
Oh, I got you.
That's what I meant. Like, yes, it's almost like the chime's almost on the hour again, but the actual clock is not.
I gotcha. I did not understand.
But when it falls back, it will be.
Yeah. Now, it doesn't change speed. Like, there is no speed adjustment like the electronic ones that the track is electronic. This is just, you know, as is. But the speed is good. And I'm sure as it runs, it's, you know, I'm going to have enough C batteries so that I can switch them. But yeah, it's, so this is, so if I push it backwards, it goes forwards. And same thing, if I go forwards, it goes backwards. So let's switch the batteries and watch what happens. It should reverse. See? There we go. So forwards is forwards now. That's the way it should be. So there we go. Pretty good, huh? So that's our train. We got our train finished. We got 4 cars for it. We could probably do one more, actually. So we've got There's a flatbed car that they kind of designed. Not that. I could have thought. Oh, okay. So this one is another one. So we got. Let's see. So we got this. Got some of these. We got these. Let's see if we can build. I don't know if this will go around my. I don't know if this will go around my thing well enough, but you know, worth a shot, right? All right. So I'm gonna need a few more pieces. I'm missing one of these. One of the gray things. It's somewhere. Or I have another one. Alright. This. Now, supposedly, you know, we're supposed to have this gone just from doing the steam locomotive, but because I have enough pieces, we can, you know, we can do it. So. Is that long enough? Yes. Okay. So these things. That's sticking out enough. I don't see a space. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Make sure those go in the right way. All right. I guess they do kind of, because it's not, the curves are not that, the curves themselves are not that tight. So. See if I have more of these pieces in here. Sorry if this is boring for you. This is kind of what happens whenever we get an idea and we're like, oh yeah. Now in my display, right now I just have the track laid out, and I don't have any of the, I have 2 of these switch tracks. So I obviously haven't put them on the display, but I could and just have one of the cars sitting there. Have to see if it'll work. I gotta see if I can find 4 more of those. 1, 2. 2. No, that one's too long. Up, 3, and 1 more. All I need is 1 more. There we go. All right. Wasn't sure I would have them all, but apparently I do. kind of similar to doing Bullet Bill on Saturday. The black on itself makes it hard to see. So now we have everything working the direction that it should be. I'm gonna have to play around with this thing, see if I can make it work better. So now we can have a super long train. Yeah, so this end, the instructions end right there, and we're supposed to have a couple of these. And like I said, I'm missing one of these, but we're supposed to have a couple of these sitting here to get cargo, I guess. And this is an extra car. We weren't, you know, that one isn't necessarily part of this set. So there we go. So now we got our extra car. So it works. I mean, and it works pretty darn well. It's got good power for what it's doing. Now, again, we're not going up hills. We're not, you know, whatever. But it seems to pull these cars without any trouble, and that's what we want. So see if I can get the wiring in here a little bit more. I mean, you're not going to hide it completely, but I kind of want to see if I can squish it in there. There we go. And as the batteries, as they start to drain and get used, the thing will slow down a bit here, you know, as it goes. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. So this'll, the cool thing is, so on my display where the house goes, let's move it. The train will actually go right in front of it, which is exactly what happens in pretty much in Pittsburgh, where the house sits. It sits up on the hill, and the trains actually go kind of underneath it. So this will be a good, you know, a cool little, hey, you know, this is how it actually is in real life type thing. So, all right, let's back it up a little bit. And I want to add, not that this part's going to matter because it's not going to work. Unfortunately. And choo-choo. Like a little kid playing with this train, right? It moves good. It's actually well designed. The rubbers grip nicely, it looks like. I mean, just the way things are operating and stuff, so pretty cool. So yeah, I think we've done what we need to. The train is built for what it needs to for my display, and yeah, I think it'll be cool. This one will probably have some, you know, somewhere in the display that just kind of sitting there by itself. And again, I might put a switch track in if I can. Actually, I want to see if it works. It should. It's pretty basic. So all it is it just slides over just a little bit. Let's see if it actually goes. Yep, there it goes. The way it is, though, it's going to run into it runs into this because this shouldn't really be here like that. So, and then you switch it back and straight it goes. Oh, I wonder if this wouldn't hit it either. So I'm trying to figure out how they have these things supposed to work. So it shows it going this way, and it lifts this up. I get that, but I'm trying to see. I mean, like these, I think are just manual, really. I don't think anything pulls them or anything like that. It's just not. I I don't see how anyway that would happen. This is supposed to have like the pressure plate like make it lift up or whatever, but I don't think it's like that. I can make it rock back and forth, but it doesn't affect this at all. I don't know if there's supposed to be like a spring or something in there. I'm gonna have to look it up and see if like this moving sideways is supposed to allow it to go up like a seesaw, and then whenever it's done, it goes back down, you know, like that. I don't see a spring on the illustration stuff here. Doesn't look like it even in this. That just stays up, and then it can't rock back and forth at all. It's like locked in there. There's no... Yeah, I don't know. Could just be that it was something that was designed and just not done the best, and it doesn't work the way it could or should. It shows it locking in like this, locking in. You put it on here, and then it's supposed to, I don't know, I'll have to play around with it. So, or oh, you know what I know what it's supposed to do. Hold on, let's do this. I know what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to stop the train with it. Now that I think about it. Again, it's another sort of manual thing, but... There we go. That's what it's supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to do. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, now it works. Now it makes sense. Okay, so you manually are like, hey, your train is running and you're like, you need it to stop. You lift this up so that the little thingies hit it. It doesn't do it automatically, but it gives you the little thing. Oh, hey, stop. Train is stopped. You know, that's cool. All right, so now I understand how it works. Okay, so that's cool. So... All right. Ah! There we go. Okay, now it makes sense. All right. So normally it will be down. So, and then so these are supposed to be manual too. So that's all right. So, all right. So that is it for tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's a little bit shorter than I normally do, but that's all right. Sometimes you need that. These are some of the train layouts. If you like, you get like the, like they show you what kind of track you need for each thing, which is actually kind of cool. This one has a cross, which I do not have, but I have a lot of the other stuff, so I could do some neat layouts with it. Oh, and that's changing the motor, so that makes that easy. So, and apparently, I don't know what that is. That's a charge. That's interesting. I'm not sure what that is. That's different. It looks like it's a motor to do what, I'm not sure. I don't know how that would work, but yeah. That'll be something to explore and figure out. So yeah. Everyone have a great night. Thanks for tuning in as always. And until next time, may the brick be with you. Oh, what will be happening next time? There will be no Saturday stream. We got our lug meeting, and then Sunday is, so I may stream on Sunday a little bit, but that's teardown of Hoth. I did the setup 3 months ago, I think it is. We put it in, yeah, May the 4th. So May the 4th. So May, June, July. It's been there like 4.5 months. So pretty awesome. So, but Hoth will be going into Pittsburgh in November, so which will be really cool. So in the old Kaufman's building. But anyway, until next time, I'll be working next Tuesday. I'll be working on the Dungeons and Dragons set. I haven't touched that in quite a while, so everything else is done for Brick Erie for the most part. So yeah, we're gonna be getting back to some other things. So until next time, may the brick be with you. Keep on building. We'll see ya.